Alright guys, welcome back here. So in the last video here we talked about importing this and we installed it with pip. Actually I should clear up my console here, or my terminal I should say. So now what I want to do is I want to work on kind of importing different variables and functions from other files here. Because what we're doing was importing a package that we reached out and we downloaded here. And what we can also do is we can also import files and folders that we already make ourselves here, okay? So let's go to make a new folder right now. I'm just call this importing stuff. That's good enough for me. And let's make a, drop that down here. Let's go to our importing stuff folder. Let's make a new file. We're going to call this importing variables. We'll call it importing variables.py. And then we're going to make another folder here. We're going to call this exporting variables.py. All right. So first up here, let's go ahead and close out all of these here. I only want my importing and my exporting from here, okay? So exporting, let's go ahead and make a function here. Let's make a password variable. I'm sorry, not a function. Let's make a variable here. Let's make a password variable here, and let's just set this equal to something like secret password, and then save. So if you're dealing with Python here, you probably, or in general development, you probably don't want to have everything inside of one script here, right? Sometimes you want to have different things delegated out to different scripts, and then you pull them back in. So if I have a variable in this script, how do I get into this script here? Well, I'm going to use the import keyword that we learned before here. I'm going to say import exporting variables here. So I'm importing this script into this one right from here. And then what I can do is I can go ahead and print out exporting variables dot, and I would say dot password, save, and I can run this. And then that way I have the password, I have this variable from this script from here. Now I can also do the same thing with a function too. If I say something like def, why don't we say, this would be kind of fun here. Let's go ahead and import the math module. And then what we'll do is we'll say def, we'll say something like pi squared, parentheses, colon here, and we'll say something like, when we print math.py times math.py. Okay, save, back to this here, and I can go ahead and call that function exporting variables dot pi squared with parentheses there, save, and I run this here. Now you can see that this function gets called from a different script from there, okay? And that's all because I imported that script into this one from here. So I could import variables, I could import functions here, and just like we did before the functions here, if I wanted to provide it with some type of arguments, I could do that too. So I could say something like def and then squared, and we'll take it in a num1, and we'll just simply say print num1 times num1. Save, back to here, and I would say exporting variables dot squared, and let's give it a number. Let's give it something like 21, and then I run it, and now we have 441, which is 21 times 21, 21 squared, right? Now if I want to return something, I could do that just the same too, right? If I say def and I say something like, I don't know, cubed, and I say num1, let's do, and num1 would work here. And then what we'll do is we'll say return, and we'll say num1, and we'll go star 3. And if I didn't mention that before, that's how you do an exponent from there, okay? So it's going to be num1 times num1 times num1, okay? Save, and I can store, all right, let's say exporting, let's do result. Why don't we say, yeah, result will work there. Result, exporting variables, and we'll say cubed, and we'll pass in, what's a good number here? Let's go 5. So that should be 125, if my math is correct there. And we're going to print out result, save, and I run this here, and now I get 125 from there, okay? So you can see it now. We can use different scripts here. We can start to bring different scripts together inside or for one script there too, okay? This might also be useful if you don't want to have something like a secret password like database credentials here right in plain text here. Maybe you want to have a certain script that holds all the player information, and then we just reach it out and pull it back in at runtime, okay? So hopefully that makes some sense, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Great job.